50 pounds down. So I committed myself to a 100-day challenge January 6, 2025, which was my 5th time attempting my own challenge. No one externally challenged me. I just knew that I wanted to commit myself to something, which was for me to focus on getting in shape. And I just committed to one habit, which was walking 10,000 steps every single day, no days off. 4 days after that, it snowed. I still went outside. I went for a miniature walk. I didn't get all my steps outside because it was legit like snow where it stuck. It wasn't black ice, which also is very hard to navigate. But nonetheless, I did the rest of the steps using like a YouTube walking video. And I stuck with it for 100 days. I successfully completed it, which was the jumpstart of my now total 50-pound weight loss from 2025. And I'm still on the weight loss journey. But it's not like I'm just doing it to lose weight. Like, I'm just embedding habits that are going to sustain my ideal lifestyle. And for me, that means being fit, being able to hike. I love hiking. I love doing like outdoor sports, not too extreme, but a little bit extreme. I want to try camping and whatnot. But yeah, so I just like different things, and I know that being physically fit is required. Additionally, I want to raise healthy children, and I thought that I was being a super hypocrite when I was telling my kids they need to move their bodies and exercise, and why that is a part of our homeschool curriculum, and when me myself was not doing what I was teaching and preaching. So instead of continuing to be a hypocrite, and instead of trying to dedicate myself to completely change every single habit at once, I stuck to one habit for 100 days, super successful, and I haven't stopped. That led me to trying intermittent fasting, which didn't work for me at first, and then I switched and did a more extreme fasting protocol, which was alternate day fasting, where I ate every other day, and so many other things that came from it. But I didn't even know if this video was supposed to be about that. I guess so, huh? So in my idea museum, I just keep a running note on my notes. I do have it in Notion, but yeah, I'm gonna just stick with what I'm talking about because it's freaking cold. So I usually like to have certain talking points, but I can't think. It's so cold. Oh my God. Okay, let's get cozy. So oftentimes we'll get real comfortable and cozy with where we are in life, especially if we've checked off the most important boxes to satisfy whatever honestly boring ass path someone else created for you. I want to stop cursing. Oh my God, I want to stop cursing in my videos. In real life, hell no, but in my videos, it's so expressive, and I don't know, it just comes out. If you're offended by it, it may not be a part, whatever. I don't know what to say. Nonetheless, so we'll get cozy and comfortable with, we about to snow tonight. All right, so I'm going to stand up and do this one. 50 pounds down. Alright, so like I was saying, I'm just trying to stay warm. Like I said, I committed to myself for the 5th time to completing that 100-day challenge. Now, the first 4 times I failed, and the reason I failed is because I was trying to change everything about myself as it relates to my health at one time. I was trying to change how I ate. I was trying to exercise. I was trying to drink the water. I was trying to eat the salads. I was trying to juice. I was trying to do all this at one time. Baby, I wasn't ready for that. Imagine a baby is being born into a new world, and you have the expectation that they should not only walk, talk, feed themselves, they should be able to use the bathroom, they should be able to drive. It's unrealistic. So I want to talk about the importance of habit stacking. After I catch my breath, hold on. I think we underestimate and overestimate at the same time. And I think the underestimation comes with you thinking you're not doing enough, and the overestimation is when you're trying to do everything all at once, when really there's a happy middle ground. And when you just commit to doing one thing for a specific period of time, you collapse all of your energy and focus, and it's like a dangerous focus. Like, no one can take you or steer you from it. The amount of energy that you put into that condensed container of time is very powerful, and is often underestimated. You may think For 100 days, you're going to walk every day for 10,000 steps. But what you're doing is you're not just getting the reward of weight loss at the end of that. You're becoming someone different. And I literally became someone new. If I hadn't done that last year, I would not be out here in the freezing cold recording this video a few hours before it's about to snow. I would not be taking care of my skin every single day. I wouldn't have the mindset. I wouldn't have the heart to do what I am currently doing now had I not started with that one thing. And I want you to think about something you want to change in your life, whether that's your health, so you want to get fit, whether that's gaining weight, to be stronger, to be more flexible, to lose weight, whether that's in your in the category of wealth, which is equal parts career, business, how you get money, your relationships with the people that you care about, including the one with yourself, and even your spiritual relationship and with yourself, like how you think about yourself, your esteem, your confidence, your trust, whatever category you want to focus on. If you were to try to do one thing for 100 days, the amount of energy going into that one thing for 100 days in that container would be far greater than you spreading your energy thin over doing more than one thing, maybe two, but 3, 4, 5, 6 things, especially if it's something new to you. Okay, and it doesn't have to be new as in you've never done it before. I've definitely lost weight before, but I've never lost weight as a mom of 2 over in my 30s. So my body is different, my circumstances are different, I have different stress levels, my hormones are different, everything's different, and I'm okay with that. The most important thing is me focusing all of my energy into one thing every single day built the person that can now do 2 things every single day, and then 3 and 4, and then you just compound your inputs. But you have to start somewhere. So I don't know where everyone is rushing to. If you have a goal, online, social media may make you think you should be rushing towards some type of endpoint, but the only real reward is you becoming the person that can hold in your body, in your mind, in your nervous system, all of the things that of which you want to become. So for example, if I were to lose 100 pounds in 100 days and go from almost 250 pounds to almost 150 pounds, whatever, if I was to do that and lose all of that weight in the 100 days, I would not be able to sustain it, baby. I would have probably been right back at I probably would have been right back in someone's drive-through. I probably would have continued because I wasn't yet who I needed to be to maintain that. So I haven't received it yet, but I'm choosing to decide and make decisions as her now. So that when that is my reality, wholeheartedly, in every aspect, it's not something foreign. It's not something brand new. I have the skill set and I have the receipts, okay? The receipts to show this isn't a game. I'm not here to play with myself. But I had to mature in that area of my life. And so I don't want to scare anybody with the sound of a 100-day habit architecture system. But it's just the 7, 21, and 30-day challenges multiplied. The reason I personally think it needs to be 100 days is because it needs to embed itself into your biology, okay? Once it does, your physiology follows. Once it embeds itself in your biology, physiology follows. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I think that's how it is. Like, based off of my experience and based off of studying so many successful people, because all of the people that are successful in whatever area you may be interested in, they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times the amount of failures. And so they've used that and learned from it to leverage themselves to the next level. So I say all that to say, for 100 days in 2025, I did 10,000 steps, no less than 10,000 steps every single day. I began in January. I was done in April. About 2 weeks in, I realized I was not drinking enough water to sustain that. So I did add on another habit. And when I first started, I was like, oh, I need to drink a gallon of water. Way too much water. So I was experimenting. I went down to 100 ounces, 80 ounces, and I was just been experimenting. But you have to do what works for your body. That's why when people give advice on what exactly they take, supplement wise and things like that, I always advocate that you see your doctor, you get your blood work done, you know your hormones. Don't just say because you have a symptom that you self-diagnose. Actually, I'm all for getting the diagnosis, and then if you want to self heal, or I don't want to say medicate, but if you want to heal yourself, then you can do that. But you do need the proper diagnosis. And I think that's one thing a lot of us will disregard, especially when it's like this Western medicine versus Eastern medicine. I feel like there is a nice balance between the two, and they both serve a purpose. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So I basically added the drinking water and staying hydrated about 2 weeks into my 100-day walking devotion and commitment. But other than that, I didn't do anything. After that, I tried to take 2 days off before I started another one. But after one day, and I only got like 7,000 steps that day, it felt nasty. I don't know if that's the right word, but it felt wrong. That's the better word. It didn't feel right. So instead of waiting 2 days and before I started back, I just went for it. Actually, I think I finished that day. Yeah, it just felt wrong because it was now embedded in my biology that I'm the person that walks this many steps. And it was not an inconvenience because it's something that's a priority and important to me. It only becomes an inconvenience and a chore when it's not a priority or important to you. If that's the change that you want to see, you have to do the things that's necessary for you to get to that goal. What I did next, I tried intermittent fasting, but I found that with me specifically, I had a bad relationship with food. So all intermittent fasting did for me was make me be gluttonous during that time frame that I could eat. What's the point? It's no point. And so I then went to the next, probably even more extreme, and I was like, you know what? I want to gain control over my flesh. So I devoted myself to alternate day fasting. Now, the day before I decided to do it, I was like, I'm gonna do it for 9 weeks, take 2 weeks off, and do no. So I prayed, and something was like, do it for the rest of the year. Like, it wasn't, that download wasn't even like, I didn't even have to go reaching for it. It came to me, which means that May 23rd to December 31st of 2025, I was eating every other day. I made a mistake a couple times. Absolutely, I'm not perfect. But of those 220 something days, I did something I never thought I could do. Literally life-changing. And I know people say don't announce your fast because that's between you and God. But for me, also spread the good word at the same time. And so that's what I did, and I feel phenomenal. And I've also have incorporated strength training. I was doing strength training every other day, and just a lot of journaling, and just a lot of things that contribute to me becoming a better person. But this is the kicker. This is where you win. You're not just losing weight. You're not just getting healthy and fit. You're creating a ripple effect that's going to go from you directly to the people that's connected to you. But if you share it online, you have the potential to change the world. You changing yourself and then sharing the process, even if it's just you sharing your thoughts, you have the potential to change the world. So when they say be the change you wish to see, there's no options that aren't available to us. I think that's beautiful. And I think that's commendable. And for all of the people, like I started this video, for all of the many YouTube online mentors that don't even know me, I truly appreciate you all taking the time to just share. And I've been on YouTube since 2007. When I say on YouTube, I mean like watching videos since 2006, 2007. I used to watch dance videos, like those were my favorite. But anyways, I digress. And I'm now excited to become a part of that. I'm so glad that I was able to finish last year's first 100-day challenge successfully, because when you get fit, the benefits, like I said, is so much more than just me, getting my snatched waist. And I'm still halfway on the journey. I'm still halfway to my goal. But still, that don't mean that the rewards and the benefits wait until you reach a certain number on the scale. And journaling really helped with that, and so did prayer. Like, together, combined, you can reflect and have those moments where you're paying attention to who you were and who you are and who you're becoming, and really just criticizing myself constructively and being honest. Baby, stop lying to yourself. I said that in another video. You got to stop lying to yourself and have honest mirror moments. But yeah, anyway, so if you're interested in doing something to change your life, I highly suggest you do one thing towards that goal for 100 days without taking a break, and commit and devote to that one thing. If it has to be 2 because they coincide with each other, then that's okay. But I don't suggest more than 2, because you have to unbecome to become. And your higher self is so excited for the journey that you're about to start. Your future self is helping you write your journals now, because it's instructing you on how to get to her or him. That's a bar. I believe this wholeheartedly, because in the last week like some loose leaf paper fell out in the old journal. I guess I didn't have paper when I was writing these notes. I didn't have my journal when I was writing these notes, but then I had loose leaf paper, wrote my notes on the paper, and then put them inside my journal. So they fell out, and then a couple days before that, I had found and opened up an old journal that I scripted in 2023. So a 2023 journal and notes from a 2024 course that I took have just reappeared, and I was like talking how I would write now. And so anyways, yes, your future self is helping you write your journal entries and is instructing you, but you have to sit still and be quiet. So if you're interested in changing your life, I highly suggest committing to 1, no more than 2 habits, and devoting yourself to doing them in a 100-day container. I use this habit architecture system that I created, tracking it visually. So I had a physical poster board, and then digitally on my Google Sheets, which is what I created. Plus I have a guide on how to do it successfully. It's not about it being hard. It's not about you hesitating anymore. It's about you making a decision. And once you make a decision, all things fall into place, because you can't get it wrong. Whatever you choose is right, okay? I'm Spivey J. I truly appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, like and share. Thank you so much for being here. On my channel, we talk about transformation, mindset mastery, and getting the fulfillment that you deserve. If you're interested in reading more about these things, or if this video resonates, I go even deeper in my newsletter. The link is in the description. If you have any questions, if you're anywhere in your journey where you've made a decision, please do share in the comments below. When was the time that you decided? What was your decision, if you don't mind sharing? And how did it change your life? Well, I'd love to hear that down below in the comments. In the meantime, stay warm wherever you are. I'm the Spivey J. Have a wonderful day. Peace.